Okay. We should include that in the podcast.
Definitely
Just like do that in the beginning. Then
Yeah,
the
and then
title
let's go.
card,
Okay,
and
so
then
welcome
it
back
is.
to the Internet Sensation Podcast.
It's really that hard, isn't it, to do this? Why doesn't Anna talk on a podcast? Because she can't. Physically, it's impossible
Can't
for her
talk.
to do.
Welcome back to the Internet Sensation Podcast. I'm King Anna. I'm Alex, and this is our guest DeodorAnthony.
When you forget who it is, he hasn't uploaded in so long. Who is he? We don't know. So yeah, welcome back everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We have Anthony on the podcast. Hello Anthony, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Before we get into this, just so you guys know, you can listen to this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes because we're very professional. And if you want to go the extra mile, you could support it on Patreon. But the thing is with that is this is pre-recorded from when we were in Colorado. So if you didn't get your rewards, don't worry. This is like a bonus episode. So, but this one will already be up early on there for like 2 weeks. So you get a 2 week early podcast. Lucky bastard.
Dang.
I know, that's pretty neat. Isn't
I
it?
wish I could watch this podcast 2 weeks early.
So do I. It's going to be that good. So I suppose where do we begin?
Let's just start the very, very beginning. We'll just go down the history.
Oh yeah, do the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when you actually made videos?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess like really I started YouTube really from day one was when I came out of my mother's womb.
Great.
And you were holding a camera,
in my hand. I'm just
vlogging.
walking. I like come out. I'm like, yeah, what's up, guys?
It's just like Brandon then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Vlog
the same
number
experience.
200.
We're already 200 days into daily vlogging.
Yeah, I had been doing it
This
throughout the
Vlogmas,
entire
extra
gestation, but
ad
I couldn't
revenue.
upload from the womb because terrible Wi-Fi.
So I suppose for a quick rundown, what type of videos do you or did you used to make? And it's quite obvious that you haven't made videos in so long because you can't even talk into the microphone, Anthony.
No, I don't know how to. I
You
can't
gotta do it
remember.
now. Alright, talking like now, Anthony. What did you do? What did you used to get up to, big man?
Don't talk
Those-
too close to the mic. We don't want some ASMR.
He doesn't know how to do recording stuff.
Wait, you see, I use a lapel mic like a professional.
True.
So that
You
that's something
really?
I'm used to. Yeah, I brought it. You didn't see it?
No.
I have a
Yeah, he's
lapel
way
mic.
far
Maybe you
ahead
should
than
have
us.
used it now.
That would have been nice, but yeah, I can just hook it right into the camera. So
Yeah.
actually, it'd
a
probably
bit far away.
No, it's like a 30-foot cable. It's pretty awesome.
What a useless thing for somebody who doesn't make videos.
Yeah, I know. I have so much equipment. I've got like 3 tripods.
He
that
came
I
here and
brought
he brought a tripod just in case we record.
Just in
guys.
case, which is so funny because if you know Anthony, well, if you go on his channel, which will be linked in the description, Anthony is an old-time friend of mine and Brandon's. We did many podcasts together that basically constantly failed. So basically, we all used to make videos. We found you. How long ago was it when we found you? A year ago? Over a year now.
It was over a year. My first video went up like late September of
16.
Yeah, 2016. And so you guys like met me a
Damn.
week after, I'd say.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, you got posted in the old Skype group chat, and I remember Pyro thought that you were a salt shaker,
Yep.
and I was like, quite obviously, his name is DeodorAnthony.
Yeah, you and Niall were like the 2 first people that like I knew commenting on my video.
Yeah, it was like,
It's nuts.
I mean, we all kind of like at the same time. Obviously, Niall got the most thumbs up because it's Niall.
Yeah, it was
But
pyrocynical.
yeah, exactly. But you did a fantastic video on commentary called a commentary on commentary.
That was like one of your best videos.
And then I trapped myself into this cycle of having to name everything with matching letters, and it is so hard to come up with topics.
Don't just sound like you erase, like trying to clickbait while using all the same letters all the time is probably a nightmare. Not something I could
Logan
do.
Paul's a loser. I don't know. I
I
could
don't
figure
know.
out a way to do it in 2018.
You
I
were
mean, at
like
this point-
instantly very praised, like in the community, because like of your unique style and like how well your first video was. Because like when you nail a first video like that, and then everyone's just like locked down, like what's the next content? What's the next content? So it was like
You
pretty
did
nice.
character stills before Leafy ruined them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right at the beginning of that train, and yeah, it was a pain to edit the character stills. I really hated it. For my second video, I remember I doubled the amount of character stills I had. I commissioned Sticky Hunter for another set of character stills because I was like, the next video's gonna have twice the characters.
And then it took how many months to make your next video?
Actually, that one was only a month. I had uploaded, I remember, 2 videos in the span of a month, and all the other YouTubers who had the whole they never upload meme. I had beaten all of them with 2 videos in the span between
and
their
then
uploads.
you just joined them eventually.
Yeah.
And I suppose for you, like, how long would it take to make one of those character still videos? Like, actual time to make one?
Actual time, like, this is totally going to expose everyone that looks like they do a highly edited video, but that would take maybe 2 days of work. 2 to 3.
Yeah, like 2 days straight work is what I'd say.
And when we're talking about character stills, because people may not know, it's like when you have a still image bobbling around on the
like a sauna, basically. If everybody remembers when Leafy used to just have that bloke who bounced around the screen.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, basically that shit, but with actual like facial expressions, like you key him up. It's just like not an animation, but like close to it in resembling wise. I suppose
It's a way to like fill the empty space between like showing clips or whatever relevant footage you're using. With something
instead of just using his face as well.
What was the reason? Did you just like that, or was there a reason why you didn't show your face originally?
I really liked the whole mythos of like not
mythos.
It's
words.
you become
Big
kind of
words.
legendary.
Big words.
You kind of become like this weird figure that people want to know what you look like, and then you build a bunch of hype around that. And I was like, hey, maybe if I do this, it won't be disappointing when I face reveal. Like,
I don't think I've known anybody's face revealed and
was
it's ever gone. Well, not. I mean, I feel like it is always disappointing.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like it's bad that
Oh,
face
because
reveal.
you've hyped them up so much.
Well,
in your
not
head.
that. It's just if you reveal adding that mysteriousness to them makes you believe that they're like some person above God.
Yeah.
It's not even a joke though.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember I'd ask people why do they not show their face, and most of them would be like, well, yeah, because people think I'm a god.
Yeah, you get way more respect, and that was something that I actually kind of got disgusted with, because for a long time, I mean, this comes across as really braggy, but it's just how I felt treated. It was like I couldn't do any wrong.
Yeah, you can't though.
I can now. I've definitely
Because you
got
face revealed. Yeah.
Legitimately, I think that's all that happened. Like, I showed my face, and now it's like, oh, he's an actual person. He can be criticized.
Well, that's something that I wanted to actually touch on as well, because I always know that the face reveal card was always used as by YouTubers who were very dodgy as a way to, as like a power card.
Yep.
Be like, oh, there's this girl on my Snapchat. I haven't face revealed. What if I send her a picture of my face?
Yeah.
Instantly, it doesn't matter how fucking ugly the person is, they're like above God.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, he sent me, have you seen his face? Like, I get in calls, like, I don't give a fuck if you've seen this person's face, I don't care. Who gives a fuck? Like, they upload once a month.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And
But
that's
it's
another
like,
thing
no,
that
I've
gets
seen their
me
face,
too.
it's really important. I always find that very weird. Obviously, some people abuse that.
One thing about face revealing that I find interesting is like, okay, if they're a YouTuber and they haven't face revealed, that's fine, right? But if they're your friend for especially like a couple months and they've never
haven't
face
showed you
revealed,
a
that's
face.
really dodgy. Like, I don't trust anyone where it's been like a couple months that they've been, especially in the community or friends with you, and they haven't face revealed. That's just, you can't trust
People
someone
can
like
give all
that.
the
Oh, yeah.
excuses they want, but whatever the excuses, it's
Oh, I
shit.
don't have a webcam. Oh, I don't have a camera. You have at least a phone. Come on, like
You're talking on
I like-
Discord. Like,
you're talking on
something.
you have
Well, it's
to.
like, yeah, a lot of people say like they value their privacy, but at the same time, it's like, well, don't
What do
fucking
we-
upload YouTube videos then.
Do you
Well, I
have
remember-
facial recognition software on your computer? Like, who's gonna find you based on your
Your
face?
face.
I remember when I was coming into the community around like the midst of 2016, I didn't show my face for the longest time because I was a female. That was my reasoning, because I didn't want to be identified specifically as, oh, she's female, look at her
E-girl.
face, right? Yeah, I didn't like the whole entire e-girl thing.
No.
That's
But
why
I
you
did
named
show
yourself
my-
king.
Yeah, shut up. And so like, but over time, I obviously face
Catfish.
revealed to like people that just were friends with me because I was a person, you know.
And-
because being a girl on the internet, I remember I joined Discord calls. They're like, oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a girl. It's a girl. Like, it's so irritating.
Yeah, it does suck. But I think Anthony didn't have that issue, to be honest.
I think you did.
I
Very feminine, but I'm kidding.
I did have that issue. Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, is that a girl? What?" No, oh, it was awful.
It's
It
the
got so
woman
much-
commentating.
And then
the
you
other
showed
one.
the
much
beard,
attention.
and then you showed the beard, and
Yeah,
they were
that's
like,
what helped me.
Oh, that
definitely
actually,
a
this reminds
girl.
me, because a lot of people don't know that she had been following us long enough, because it's like, I don't expect very new viewers to know who Anthony is, just because we haven't done a podcast in, like 6 months.
Oh yeah, it's been a
But
while.
the old school people, Anthony was actually face revealed in like his first 2 weeks of doing commentary by accident. by Jonas.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? We joined a Skype group chat, and one thing that
Tweeted it out.
I found with Anthony was interesting is even like most of the YouTubers who don't face reveal, they won't even turn their webcam on in a private call. Anthony just instantly turned his on. And then, what was it? Jonas Fulbabafe tweeted out the picture. And we were like, delete it! He hasn't face revealed yet. He needs it so he can get subs.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Jonas really ruined that, but it was still so fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious. I mean, yeah, I was never shy about showing my face to my friends. It was more like just publicly. I was like, I won't show
And it's
it.
a character, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like one person who does a good job with it is, I suppose, Colossal did face reveal eventually. But at the same time,
Sort
like,
of.
well, yeah, he did.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Colossal sent me his face privately. I've never seen him moving. I've never seen him with a webcam.
Yeah,
on.
I don't think he's ever, like, to this day done, like,
Done
a
a
webcam video call
or
with
anything.
anyone. I don't know,
No.
maybe with Keem, like...
Maybe not though. I don't know. I mean, considering his mic quality currently.
Yeah, he usually uses that shitty laptop.
God knows why he does that.
And just...
Didn't he like break it at one point?
I think
His
it's
laptop?
probably just
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was
virus-ridden.
playing some game, he spilled.
Cuphead?
No, he put his cigarette up to the screen by accident. Yeah, that's Colossal for you.
That's why you shouldn't smoke, kids.
Exactly. Vape.
As Anthony vapes.
Like fucking most Tesco value Colossal.
Well,
Just vapes as well.
The American Colossal is crazy.
For all you SoundCloud listeners, go to YouTube and check out him vaping.
And him vaping, yeah. So I suppose we should move on to like something proper, which is obviously I haven't uploaded in a while, but you did make the switch to Facecam, which originally me and Brandon encouraged you to do so that you could post more videos.
Frequently.
That didn't really help though, did it?
It did in principle, but not in practice.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you did make a video, very well made, by the way, in one day. You said, right? The one where you like pulled your sisters.
Well, that was
last
kind of a
video.
secret, but now it's out of the bag. Yeah, publicly people don't know this, but my most recent video, An Oratory on Originality, it's got a lot of different like scenes and settings. Like there's outdoor footage, indoor.
That was a good
lot
video.
of things that got thanks.
You were so praised on Twitter, and there's a reason for that too.
Yeah, people need
Yeah.
to actually make videos, mate.
It was one day of
Make
work,
videos.
though. I mean, technically two, because half the footage, like everything that had me speaking in it, like that was the first one I used my lapel mic, and when I had it in my camera, I had the gain way too high on it. So like when I put everything into my computer and started importing the files, I like double click on one of them.
That's
just to
always
see.
the
And it
fucking
was like,
worst.
Was it like solid shy bass boosted?
It was worse than that because it was like staticky, like you couldn't make out anything. It was like completely.
When I was
ruined.
pre-recording videos to come out here, I recorded a few of them with just the Rode mic plugged into the Canon camera, all static. And I was like, well, that's fucking great. So I had to re-record like all of them, which really fucking irritated me. But yeah, I mean, I get issues with that. I mean, even this podcast, a lot of people are saying it was echoing the last one. Surprise, surprise. We are not at home.
We're in
So-
a room, half of it's glass.
The
Like,
entire
literally
room
all-
is glass.
all
We're
glass.
surrounded by windows on all sides, including the area to go back into the house. So it is.
But it's the
definitely
most
not gonna
aesthetically
be on.
pleasing with the biggest table, so.
Yeah.
And it's the best place to actually record the podcast, even with the
Yeah.
horrific audio reverb.
Yeah,
There's
that
no
way
way
we can hide Brandon away so he doesn't
get
come
involved.
in frame.
Exactly. Although it's very hard to get him off frame, to be honest.
Yeah, we had to really like specifically angle the camera so you didn't see any of the rolls in
So
frame.
when do you reckon you're going to start actually coming back to properly making regular content? And if so, how regular do you want it to be?
Well, the biggest thing right now is I'm about to move out of my current house. And there were a lot of things going on that just kept me from like being number one motivated to make videos, and number two able. So like days I could do it, I was just like, I don't feel like it, and then all the other days I just couldn't.
I mean, even I get that, and I have all the time in the world to make videos because it's a full-time job.
Exactly.
And still, like, most days I wake up and be like, I don't fucking want to. And you can't, and people are like, well, just make a video. It's like, if I just made a video, it'd be shit. So I didn't want to make it. And like, that's the one thing with YouTube. It's definitely a feeling more than it is a job.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have to feel into it or you can't make something.
Yeah, the biggest thing that people don't really understand is, as viewers, is when you're making one of these videos, you have to be on to a certain extent.
You have to
Yeah.
be creatively like into it, because it's not just like some regular like desk job where you type in data or something like that. It's like you actually have to be in the mindset creating stuff, and it's not like, you know, when like you get an idea and you're so like, oh, that's such a good idea, that doesn't come to you unless you're creative.
Yep.
You can tell from the video that I made what mood I was in that day. If it's funny, it's because I was in a funny mood, which is why now one thing I'm trying to do is like not make, like I did a video recently like the CSGO drama, and it was just me just basically going, yeah, it's a scam, and I watched it back and I was like, yeah, good video for spreading the message, but apart from that, like this
Yeah, what's the value?
isn't what I want to make. Like it's just me go, I don't want to just be, hey, this is what happened, like, but I really want to get away from that. That's like where I want to disappear
wearing the
from.
heart on the sleeve in the videos. I mean, I kind of want to do that more, to be honest, because I feel like my content as it is right now, like as good as you may say my last video was, it still feels really impersonal to me.
Well, I mean, there's always criticism. Like, whenever you make a video, you can always, there's
Oh,
no
yeah.
perfect video you
Exactly.
can make. Like, that's the good thing about, like, certain content creators. Like, I see content creators, and they just make the same thing, like, every single day. I'm just like, where's the improvement, you know? But there's a lot of content creators, and I'm saying, like, a lot. Like, they do improve over time, and you do notice that. Within a year, you see, like, the differences. Maybe they're talking faster. Maybe they're delivering information better. Maybe they're making skits and, like, adding more color to it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just... So yeah, like if you look at your previous video and you say there's some things that I could have changed, but it was overall a decent video,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good way to look at it, because you
Oh,
should be
no.
able to see the flaws.
Yeah, I'm not even
Yeah.
like saying that in a, like, oh, such a shit video. Like, no, it's
Oh,
more
compliment
like,
me.
yeah, I mean, like, come on, I'm really insecure right now. Give me some compliments, please. No, it's like, it's just something that, like, for me as a viewer, like, that's something that sort of makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When someone isn't very personal. That's why I like the podcast format a lot, because it's
Talking about
It's
yourself
one
and only
thing.
yeah,
yourself.
just talking about myself for an
Hour.
hour.
How
It's
are you gonna get
incredible.
any better? And mid-rolls.
Like, the camera's centered on me. Oh, it just, I
It's
love it.
fantastic. But I mean, I totally agree. I think one of my issues with a lot of my friends when they come across YouTube, even still, is that they really struggle in putting themselves in front of the camera. I don't mean that as in like sitting down and recording, but
No,
like,
no.
But
because anybody can sit and
personalizing
record,
it.
but like most people just can't fucking translate who they are to thingy,
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh, yeah.
actually making a video. And that's why I think a great example is obviously Drew Gooden, who we were watching yesterday. Records on an iPhone, very minimal editing,
Oh, yeah.
but it's him.
It's good.
Yeah, no, like, he just sits there and he's like, you can tell all of that's just like, he had a very loose format. He was like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to sit there. And then he'll be like, hey, what's going on, guys? Drew Gooden here. Oh, here it is. Like,
Yeah.
he just does that. And
And
it was like, he came up with that 2 seconds ago. And it's hilarious.
Anybody who believes that you have to have Premiere Pro or have good
No.
editing software, that's a very our community thing where it's like, oh, you don't spend 24 hours editing it, it was fucking point in posting it. It's like, yeah, you are like not even 0.111% of the actual YouTube audience that I grew up with for 6 years.
I
I know what
miss that.
YouTube actually, I know what the viewers who I entertain watch, and they don't want a flashy fucking 24-hour edited video.
Oh,
And
yeah.
which is one of the reasons why you're doing character stills, and I was like, impressive for YouTubers, because other YouTubers look at that and go, wow, I put loads of effort in. But at the same time, like, as I always said, you could get a million subscribers spending 20 times more amount of time than somebody who just sat down, turned the camera on, and just actually brought themselves to it. Because that's what YouTube is. It's not fucking Premiere Pro, After Effects transitions. In fact, when I see that, it annoys me. I'm like, you lack such substance that you have to fucking throw all this flashy shit on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, there's only one person for me who does the flashy stuff and gets away with it, and that's Nerd City.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
Oh,
him,
yeah.
and it is him,
And it's an
he's a nerd,
extension of
and
him.
he's
But
a
he
genuine
is a
nerd.
character.
He's a genuine. Well, it's not even just that, because even in the character, you could tell which parts are him and which aren't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that it's not like, hi, I'm just
full.
a
It's
commentary
purposeful
YouTuber. Yeah.
editing.
Yeah.
And it fits his style.
Yep.
He's got all the Star Wars stuff in the background. He's quite obviously a Star Wars fan. He's quite obviously into sci-fi stuff. So when he does it, it fucking fits the character.
Yeah.
It fits what he's going for. Whereas when I see a commentary YouTuber who just adds like some fucking VHS effect over the top, I'm like, she's such a pretentious cunt.
But I remember growing up watching like Niga Higa, right? It was just like a straightforward camera, and he was like filming like skits with his friend. I can still watch those back and have a great blast. Just
That's
like
better than 90% of the stuff on YouTube today.
I know. And then there was Chris Kendall, Crabsticks. Incredible.
That man literally records with a
my
Canon
God.
and like the built-in microphone of his Canon camera, and he just switches it around. He used like the shittest props, and he makes the greatest content.
And I think that sort of has come out of commentary's sort of like toxic culture, where it's like we're in the business of critique and like talking about things in a negative way, hopefully constructive, but it's like
Not all the time.
But like with that, you kind of have this like defensive shield that you need to put up, where it's like, if I'm going to criticize other people's content, I need to have good content, right? So
And you should aim for that, but like it gets to the point
turns
where
into, like,
people don't actually realize what is
microphones,
good
like-
content on YouTube. Like when I watch an Instagram comedian video, I critique that because they're trying to do the YouTube thing, but they missed the mark so fucking badly that it's irritating that they have 5 million subs, because it's like most of the time I don't know what they're saying. They've tried to adapt the skit culture that people like Crabsticks brought onto YouTube, Tomska, and they've just fucking
Smart.
trashed it.
Oh, yeah.
And there's commentary channels who do that as well, where it's like, I'm going to take this and then I'm going to really, really overdo it, and to the point where it's almost like you're trying so hard that you're just as bad as those people who make the Instagram videos. Like you've taken YouTube and you've removed the YouTube part. What commentary should try and do is re-tap back into what YouTube was 5 years ago. And that's why it had the original appeal.
It was people.
Because Leafy literally just did gameplay commentary, and I could watch it because like I miss when a guy would just turn COD on and talk. I don't fucking need all of this funny moments, fancy fucking fast bollocks. Like I don't need that. I just want a guy who can sit down and talk about something, seem generally interested in it, and hopefully make it something that I want to watch, because that's literally what I grew up on for like 4 years.
That actually is a good segue, because you asked earlier what I want to be making in the future. Like when are you going to start uploading regularly? What's it going to look like? I want to actually start a series called Tit. Today,
Brilliant.
I thought.
Oh, great, yeah.
So you got that alliteration in there, right?
Yeah,
But then
that's what
I
you
don't
meant.
have to like actually.
Do you reckon that'd be demonetized?
I'm not going to put TIT in the title.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
it'll be like today I thought number
Oh,
whatever.
man, whatever you put in.
Or I can just put that in the description and clickbait a title. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But what I want to do is just have like a series where I can literally, like, when I feel like it, put on my camera and be like, you know what, today I was wondering, like,
Just like raw.
yeah, it'd be raw.
Oh, that's so good.
It'd be like,
I miss that.
I want it to be something where I turn on my camera, I talk about something, maybe I research something that I was just thinking about. Because, like, everybody does that, where you're, like, driving in a car. Or
And you
you're
Google search
you're just sitting
something.
and you just, like, are thinking. You're just thinking about random things. Like, oh, I wonder that. And, like, why not just share that experience? Because, like...
That could be
if I'm
funny
just-
as well. It could be a really good series.
Yeah, because all I want to be able to do with that is maybe just, if I'm curious, like, I wonder what World War II was like for Africans. Like, research that, find out something interesting. Maybe find a funny story and share that on YouTube.
Yeah, that would be decent. Yeah, that'd be good. Like something like that. Like that's the type of stuff that I miss. Like people would just turn on a Blue Yeti microphone. They would have like 10 minutes of COD gameplay they recorded, and then most of them would just be like, "So tomorrow I'm going to do this," and I thought about this today. This was quite interesting. Like Hutch and Cinanis used to do really in-depth commentaries on stuff nothing to do with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The gameplay was just there, and they just talk about something completely random. And that's something that YouTube definitely misses. Like now, it really is like I have to be better than everybody else, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for.
And that's kind of what, like,
It also makes
vloggers
you
are tapping
worse.
into more than most now. I mean, like, it today I thought is kind of like that whole idea is inspired heavily by Casey Neistat, because when he does his vlogs, like,
It's just on the go.
he'll title it, but it isn't centered around that one thing,
Yeah.
because he's just doing a ton of
He's
things throughout
bouncing
his day.
around.
He talks about things that he was thinking about, like, oh, I got this package. This is from this person. It's always so interesting. And then he does that thing.
Yeah, that a lot. Okay hand.
The
A lot.
okay hand,
A lot
yeah.
of okay hand.
Okay hand all the time. But yeah, it's just really like nice to like watch someone talk about something, and it's kind of like, I mean, why Logan and Jake Paul have really risen so far.
Yeah.
Oh, and it isn't so far back that the Logan Paul drama hasn't already happened.
Yeah.
We do know about that.
We did
but
know
I
It's
have
gonna
to
go
give
on
him props.
forever.
It is. But I have to give him props for the fact that like they kind of have a lot more of a rawness to them than a lot of YouTubers now, because there's a big focus on manufacturing things. I mean, that's why Instagram comedians are so obnoxious, because it's
so
like
fake.
a pretty package. Like the camera work is great. You've got crazy attractive people. You got sets that do their job. Nothing's like homemade.
Yeah.
Everything feels like this could have been produced by a movie set, but it's just no substance there. And
I
then,
kind of miss that. You pointing out something really truthful. Like, I hadn't even thought about that's exactly what I'm missing, but it's just the raw, like, creativity. It's not for the views. It's not for the money. It's like, and you can still do that. You can still make videos that are just like that and get money and views. That's not the problem. But because of, you know, ad revenue and all that stuff, it's like that stuff has brought this stuff out of YouTube and other platforms. I'm sure like Instagram has changed when like everyone started figuring out that you can make money and like all those different things.
That's how YouTube works. It's how everything works. So, my issue is that when people say like money ruined the platform, like if it wasn't for the money, some people are going to upload videos to keep the rank going. Like even I do. There'll be certain stuff I cover. Doesn't mean I'm not interested in it, because it's like the good thing about YouTube is you can turn anything, any subject, as you were saying, literally any random shit,
which is great,
into something entertaining.
Yeah.
And if it's not, at the end of the day, it's not a big loss, because number one, it's free, unless obviously you're pledging to somebody's Patreon. But it's like, it's free content, and the way I always see it is, okay, so maybe I only enjoyed 5 out of the last 10 videos somebody made, but if it wasn't if there was no ad rev on it, would I have even got those 5 videos? Probably not. Would I even have the luxury to be able to go, I prefer this person, or I prefer that person?
Yeah.
And obviously that doesn't mean that somebody's exempt from criticism. Always criticize people. If it wasn't for the critique that I received, I would never have improved.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's another thing. I mean, go watch my critique on criticism. But there's a difference between actually giving someone criticism and just blindly hating on them. And that's something that I feel like commentary sort of breeded this really
fake critique is what I call it.
Fake critique, yeah, that's
it's just hiding behind, it's like an insult. I mean, it's like, oh, fucking 10-minute videos. That's not criticism, because that's a length of video.
Yeah.
That's not like, if somebody says, oh, your video is 10 minutes, I can tell you sometimes I've edited a video, I'm so happy with it, it's 10 minutes, 1 second.
That's what happened to I think my critique of criticism is actually 10:01, completely coincidental. Like, I added the little clip of Keem starts screaming at me at the end, because I thought it'd be funny to show Keem's face in it, because I don't do that in the video, I just use the audio. And so I added that onto it, and I was like, oh, this is 10:01.
Yeah.
Oops.
But one of the things that is like, you'll just get a comment, it'll be like, oh, you extended this one for ad revenue. Every time I do a 10-minute video now, especially now, I understand it originally, because I literally was purposely researching and writing scripts long enough to hit the 10-minute mark, because if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be sat right now. And I was aware, and YouTubers who do that should not feel bad for doing that.
That's something that a lot of viewers don't realize either, is it's like, okay, let's say someone's holding $1 in one hand and $2 in the other hand, and they're like, talk to me for 5 minutes, I give you $1. Talk to me for 10 minutes, I give you $2. Yeah. What are you going to do? Talk for 10 minutes.
And it's not even that. There's a higher reward than just that.
Yeah, it's not just, but it's like, you get exponentially
it's not even just that. I mean, this is shown on my latest video. I really enjoyed making the parody skit of just the Logan Paul situation. I parodied Logan Paul, I parodied me, I parodied Brandon, I parodied a bunch of YouTubers. It was just a fucking joke for people who didn't get that, by the way, because you fucking look for something evil and everything. But so I made that fucking jokey skit, literally 2-minute video. I upload at nearly 1 a.m. which is normally dead upload time, Instagram comedian video, 9 minutes, not quite 10 minutes, but it got the watch time required for it to basically be a 10-minute video. 130,000 views in under 20 hours. Logan Paul video, 2 minutes long, 60k, and then it got demonetized. It's getting like 500 views an hour, which for my channel is not, that used to be good, but now I expect like 4 to 5k an hour.
Sure.
So like, just because of the fact that I missed it, it's not just the fact that my creation isn't going to make as much money. It's going to reach half the fucking eyes of the people it would do.
That's
and,
the problem.
And anybody who gets upset at YouTubers who want their shit to be seen, like, just fucking leave
that's
it
the
out.
entire point of it. I mean, like, it honestly, I don't think as many people would be complaining about the adpocalypse if it wasn't for the fact that inexplicably, not inexplicably, obviously YouTube wants to make money, but if a video gets demonetized,
they don't want to
by
promote it as
promotion.
much.
Yeah, why are they going to put a video that isn't making them money in front of people when they can put a video that does make money in front of people?
Every time I've hit trending, and Brandon thinks this is just a coincidence, but like, it's happened every time, so in my opinion it's not. Every time I hit trending, when YouTube auto hits it to yellow, somebody will literally go in and flip it back to green manually on YouTube side because it's on the trending page. So it's one of those things where it really, really does heavily affect the way your content is promoted, so on and so forth. And as well as it being like a 10-minute video hits trending, a 2-minute video will never hit trending for me. Just how the website works. And even then, I still don't make only 10-minute videos. So if anybody gives me that shit now, it's like my last video was 2 minutes long. On Christmas Day, we uploaded that collab.
Yeah.
It got 30,000 views, which nowadays for my channel is fucking horrendous because it was a 2-minute, 30-second clip. But I really enjoyed making it. I thought it was funny. And I thought the core audience who are going to search out anything I make, they'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I can't tell. I definitely, all the feeling I had building up to that was destroyed when I uploaded it. I knew it was going to happen. So it wasn't even a payoff for me in the end. Yeah, it just makes people want to just work with YouTube, which you should do anyway if you want to obviously do well, because you got to work with a company. But at the same time, it really kills everything else. Especially now after deleting my Patreon, it's like, sucks.
It kind of reminds me of like a short film versus a full featured film. Like the full featured films go to the movie theaters, whereas the short films are more nichely like recognized. And like when you see a featured film, it could be absolute crap, it could be great, but it's a full featured film and it's in a movie theater. It's like the same as having a 10-minute video doing a lot better, getting a lot more money and all that stuff. It's like the difference is, okay, so clickbaiting is, it's fine to clickbait as long as it's not misleading, you know, as long as you're not completely throwing the thing out the window, as long as it actually happens in the video and that's what you get when you watch it. It's completely fine. If it's 10 minutes long, if it is great, it's like a full great video, right? Or it's just decent, like that should be fine. But if it's like stretched out the whole time and you're saying the same thing over and over again, which I've seen, then it's not really worth it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, my one issue with that, the whole not even intentionally thing, is when I got every video to 10 minutes, I was so happy that my channel was just getting views. I turned the camera on and just talked for like half an hour.
Yeah.
And people go, you just repeat stuff. You're tactically doing this for extra money. I was like, no.
I was just chatting.
Literally was just having a really good time with my camera on. The issue is nobody wants to believe that. And I get it because other YouTubers who want to ruin other YouTubers have got the idea that if it's over 10 minutes then it's shit, which is incredibly unfair.
I think you have this thing because like I've never seen it with anyone else, but like, you know, like when you make a video, you kind of like script it, you know what you're going to talk about. And like Brandon does the same thing and a lot of other people do the same thing. They're like, I'm going to go script a video or I'm going to go put some bullet points down as what I'm going to say. But I think because you've like streamed so long and you're really good at having like a radio voice, you literally just turn on the camera sometimes and you just like talk.
I've been on YouTube for 6 years. I know what I'm doing. I know what the people want. And also I'd like to remove as much of the fucking scripts, as much of the stage stuff as possible for my videos, because my favorite content creators right now are people like Cody Ko. Cody Ko I don't know if I may be wrong, but I mean, he may have bullet points written down, but it definitely doesn't feel like he's reading it off a script.
No.
And I know when I've done videos, I've read it off a script, and I don't like them. And I don't care if I repeat myself 5 more times. I don't care if I may accidentally repeat a joke. For me, I had way more fucking fun producing that video because it reminds me of when I was 11 and I just turned the camera on and recorded. And that's the YouTuber I want to be. I don't want to be the whole, here's me with my scripted video, so I don't hit the 10-minute mark on purpose because, fucking my reputation. And number one, the only people dislike that stuff aren't consuming my content. So I don't care. And if they are consuming my content and they're going to comment on this podcast, you still consume my content. So obviously it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, I've noticed, like, new to YouTube, obviously not long as he is, but I've noticed that people in the comment section, like, for example, the podcast, right? You have to at least have the podcast out for the duration of the length of the podcast for anyone to even, like, figure out that they can comment on, like, certain stuff. And I know when things are in the podcast, like, say it's like 40 minutes in or something.
Like,
and
right
they're like,
now?
yeah, exactly. But, like, they comment even before they've watched the video. Like, I was watching, like, I remember looking at your videos and seeing the comments. It's just like, you know, they haven't even watched the video.
The best one, my 2-minute fucking video. It's 2 fucking minutes long. It's 2 fucking... And if you're one of the people who did this, you're a fucking retard. If you come on here and go, no, Logan Paul video, and then you... when it's 2 minutes and you couldn't even fucking watch it, that pissed me off so much. Like, on a serious level.
So basically what it was is, you said Logan Paul is bad.
Logan Paul's bad. It's literally called Logan Paul is bad. Like, it couldn't be any more of a fucking joke. You know, it wasn't Logan Paul... His career is over. My one, like, defending Logan Paul. That video got 14k likes. But this fucking one, it's called Logan Paul is bad. And it's just a 2-minute parody. People going, you're already milking this, aren't you? The video was about people milking Logan Paul and complaining about him exploiting it. Like, that was the joke. That was the fucking meme. But people, I think only 2 people watched it. I mean, some people like... I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic at the end. And I was like, he's dabbing. He's dabbing. It was 2 minutes of content.
They were just like another Logan Paul video.
This is why most of the people who give me criticism, I don't fucking listen to them. Because my channel's doing great. People are loving it. I'm getting so much support on a daily basis, and which is why I can't blame YouTubers who don't open themselves up to criticism, because it's very hard to open yourself up to criticism when 50% of your comment section, or 50% of the people you know,
criticism. If it's just like,
it's just like a splurt of words.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna read the title and go, not another Logan Paul video, then it wasn't made for you, because you shouldn't have clicked on it. If you see Logan Paul is bad, you click on it and go, not another one. Do you know what you do? Wait for the next Instagram comedian video. Wait for the next expose. Don't click on the Logan Paul one. I've never seen somebody upload a video that I wasn't interested in and gone, I'm going to watch that and I'm going to tell them that this is bad. Which is why when people actually physically complain about people like Keem uploading so many Jake Paul Drama episodes... If you're not watching it, why is it so upsetting? Yeah. Keemstar should be allowed to upload whatever he fucking wants. And if he's going to upload every video on Jake Paul, so be it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, that isn't a critique of what the content is. That's a critique of what the content is on. And you know what? Like, just because the market's oversaturated with Logan Paul videos, like, okay, cool. That sucks. Like, but if every single one of those videos is good, then it isn't a problem. There's bad
even if they're not good, I don't think it's a problem. No, like, I don't. I just think content is content, and it shouldn't be an issue.
But then the problem should be with the video and what made it.
Yeah, if you're going to complain, it should be about the video.
Is what is in the video, not what it's on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you found the video unfunny, fair enough, I could learn from that. But if you're like, not another Logan Paul video, I'm gonna be like, not another fucking moron on my channel.
I always think that, like, the only time I ever really comment on a video is like towards a friend or a smaller YouTuber, because no one that's like really big, there's no way that if they're getting like millions of views or something like that, they're gonna look through every single comment. And there's no point for me to. If I like a video, I fucking click the thumbs up. Like, that's all I fucking do. And I don't really necessarily click the dislike button really that much. But I'm not gonna go into a thing and say like, oh, your video is shit because of these reasons, blah blah blah.
Even
like,
videos I disagree with, I don't dislike.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I've only disliked videos that have gone viral for their dislikes.
Justin
just
Bieber,
to be part of it.
baby.
Yeah, because like Rebecca
Okay.
Black,
Yeah, if I
Friday,
don't
I
like a video-
disliked that. Like, those are the only ones.
If I don't like a video, like either I don't tell them because I don't need to, or I'll tweet them with my issue. Like
Yeah.
There's
There's no point in hitting the dislike.
Like when I
button,
see
really.
commentary YouTubers, especially, or even Keem, Keem will have screenshots in his news team. Will have disliked the videos that he's talking about, and I'm like, that's just such a dick move.
Yeah.
It's like there's no need. It's just okay. I mean, I understand the buttons there, but like, I find it funny, especially when the screenshot may not even be used. So they've disliked the video because they genuinely sat down and went, bad YouTube video. Dislike it.
I just want to know, like, I just want to see someone, like a secret camera, just seeing someone type those words down, like a
I reckon
negative
they-
comment. It's like, I fucking hate this YouTuber. Let me leave
I
a
reckon
bad
most
comment.
people. I feel like if you like a video, deadpan expression. If you dislike a video, I just imagine the person just being really fucking
Just like
angry.
foam out of their mouth.
Logan Paul video?
Not another Logan Paul of the microphone.
Sorry
I got
for that.
so
Angry, the microphone just attached
so
itself.
incredibly angry.
It's just like, yeah, I've never understood that form of just like outright hate for people. I mean, anybody who outright hates a YouTuber for like opinions is weird, depending on what the opinions are, obviously. If it's like the Holocaust was great, then yeah, sure.
Uh-oh,
That has to be a
podcast
meme.
demonetized.
But I see people, especially commentary YouTubers, it's like if you hate anybody who you disagree with, like hate them, that's just like you're a bit mental.
Yeah, no, I don't think I know anyone really in larger commentary that I'm friends with that would not be willing to sit down with the subject of one of their videos. Like,
I always like every single friend I have, if I have a problem with their content or like a criticism towards them, I always tell them. I mean, that's like any of our friends, like I've always sat down with them. I'm like, maybe you could change this and this and this if they're willing to take the criticism, obviously, because some people are a bit like sensitive towards that stuff. But it's like, it's nice to, I think that like, don't be an ass, right? And give someone like, oh, your content's shit, like stop doing this. But like, sit down with them and say like, this is what you need to change, and maybe this is how you can change it. Or
And also
if their
expect them to tell you
content,
to fuck off as well.
or
Because people don't have to listen to you just because you
Well,
have
obviously.
just because you have a critique. Like
Well,
when
yeah.
people say, well, I mean, to someone like Brandon that he needs to change his style. He did change his style when nobody even took him, but he changed his style. And like I think that was the best one, which is one of the reasons why when I see all these people critiquing people, like Brandon physically goes out of his way, takes like 3 weeks off to make a video, nobody fucking noticed. So it's like, what's the point? What's the fucking point if when you do put in that extra effort, when you do go out of your way to change your stuff, nobody's gonna even notice it? Niall is a pretty good example.
oh yeah.
Takes a month off to upload Pet Squad video, like gets like 1.5 million views. I mean, like I spoke to her and it's just like, what's the fucking point? Why do we bother? We were perfectly happy making the videos we were making before, so our audience. There wasn't really an issue, but we've done this because we generally felt like somehow we were wronging somebody.
Yeah.
Like when I made my Bad Bandwagon the Dab when I took 2-3 weeks off, it's because I felt like my content, I'd been made to feel like as a commentary YouTuber that my content was wronging people by how apparently easy and bad it was. So I spent all these weeks with this Bad Bandwagon video and I was like, oh, I just feel bad. This isn't fun. This isn't YouTube. I prefer just turning the camera on and talking. So I just went back to doing that. Although there will be a new Bad Bandwagon soon. So.
well, it's also like
But
you as a creator, you
I
like
do them on my own terms.
Yeah,
now.
you like them.
I felt forced into making a lot
Sure.
of the big and better videos, and then I didn't like what I made because I had a lot of people throwing shit at me, and that's not the way you should do YouTube stuff.
No, like between my last two uploads, like I did a video on Paul Joseph Watson where I was like, ooh, I'll be wrecked commentary for now. I'll make fun of somebody, see if I like doing that. So I made that video where it was completely unscripted. I just sat down, had my phone in my hands, was watching a Paul Joseph Watson video. I just pause it and then just talk to the camera for a minute about my reaction and then like keep going through it. And I had fun making that, but then after it came out, I was like, you know what? I need to I can't go down that hole. I'm like regressing. So then
Yeah.
I go and I make an oratory on originality because I was like, oh, let me do something where it's like really thought out. There's effort put into it. Sure, it only took me a day or two to make, but like that was something. Where
It's
I
more
was
than
like,
a
I'm proud of
reaction
it.
video.
Oh, it was so much better. Like, but it got a quarter of the views of the Paul Joseph Watson one,
Video, yeah.
and it was so discouraging.
And it goes both ways. Like, I felt forced into making a long, high effort video, and I hated every minute of making it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because the thing is also, when I felt like I was putting that much pressure on myself, I hated everything that I had written down.
Yep.
And that's why I never really understood why people expect something like Colossal to start uploading weekly. I used to always say it to him, but when I still hear people to this day saying it, I'm like, do you not realise the guy just doesn't want to?
Mm-hmm.
And that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he just doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to. Like, he doesn't have to post more. And it's like in the same way when people want me to spend more time on your videos, like, I don't have to, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
And when I do want to, I will. And that's the same thing with Colossal. I've known he's made videos that he found really fun that he didn't spend that much time on, and he's enjoyed making videos that he spent ages of time on.
Oh yeah.
It's like a process, and creators should always come first, but definitely don't close yourself off to shit like that. But at the same time, it's like finding that balance which suits you is very important.
Sure. And I mean, another thing that it's kind of funny that a lot of people don't realize, because I've been in this community so long, I've only made 11 videos.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, 12 if you count the secret video that was on my channel before anyone knew me.
What was that one? Was it commentary?
It was like cancer commentary.
Yeah, I thought it was. I remember, actually.
I never showed you.
No, you deleted it.
But I told you that.
Yeah, but you told us about it.
No one's ever seen that. It had 11 views. Like, my channel, if you go to it and look, it was created in March of 2016, and it was named DeodorAnthony then. I had the idea I wanted to do YouTube, and the first video I did, I went into Black Ops 3 to record gameplay footage, and I thought it'd be really clever and funny for me to do the Easter egg on Nuketown.
Yeah.
And shoot all the mannequins,
Yeah.
and they turn into zombies and attack you. And then I made the game mode like ridiculous, where like
I miss being able to
run and jump
customize
and-
the Nuketown game mode.
yeah, like I customized it so I could just run and jump with like one of those balls to like dunk, and I just had these zombies chasing me, and that was my gameplay footage. I was like, this is so clever and cool. Like, nobody does gameplay footage like that.
It's like leafy surfing.
Basically.
Basketball
God.
zombies.
I did basketball zombies, and then I what was it? It was how to make a first video. And it sort of was like the way a commentary on commentary was, in that I went around and I was talking about stuff, but I was trying really hard to be funny, which just isn't me. I can be funny sometimes, but if I'm trying, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just awful. So it was like a 4-minute video. I made this standard run-of-the-mill like joke about reaction channels and how unoriginal they are. Like, I talked about it was basically like, oh, this is how to be good at YouTube. You make a reaction channel. It's all sarcastic, and then I get 11 views, and then one comment which like said, click on my profile to see sexy pics. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is
Well, that
this
was
is
the
not
first
working.
comment I ever got on one of my videos. No joke.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember my first real subscriber, and it wasn't even real; it was a bot, and it was one of those. But do you ever remember that sub for sub bots?
Yeah,
The channel
sub
was
for
called
sub.
Sub for Sub something. Just a woman in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And I was like over the moon. I was like, somebody found my channel who wasn't, because like back on the day on YouTube, it would actually show who was subscribed to your channel on the channel page.
Yep.
And it had my mate, my second channel, because obviously you subscribe to yourself.
Yeah, you have to. You boost it a little.
And then a random person, and I was the first person out of my mate to get like a real sub. But like, I remember my first commentary was on FIFA. It was on a FIFA YouTuber who said the M word, and it got like 100 views in like the first week, and that was like, wow, people actually tuned into this, because I was used to making vlogs that would get like 150 views, so to get like over like a month. And I was getting like decent streaming views back then, but like no, it couldn't translate over to YouTube. So it's very weird to be in this situation now. Like I feel like I know what I want to improve as well, which is pretty obvious with you as well. So like when you come back, obviously like you'll know where you want to go with it.
Yeah, and I want to have a system in place so I can actually be doing that very regularly, because honestly, I do have goals for this. I'm not just somebody that wanted to do YouTube, dick around, had my 15 minutes and fame.
Fuck off. Yeah.
I think I can actually do something.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that was obvious with the fact that like you joined in so early. I feel like one of the good things about commentary is that everybody's so slacking. That there's
when
there's still such a huge fucking market for it, which is ridiculous, by the way.
It's because so many people have dipped out. Like the commentary community that we're in, like our commentary community, used to be massive. Like there used to be so many people.
I mean, remember the old group chats? Like that was just tons of people, and
they used to be active every day.
All of them are dead.
We used to have about 20 people talking at once in a group.
And now it's just like the people who have kept uploading are just up there.
Yeah.
Like they're all the way up there because everyone else stopped uploading. It's literally that.
I'm part of that. I mean, like, I remember how weird it was when I first came in, because I genuinely, like, I knew I was going to get a little attention, because like when I went to upload my actual first video, like I deleted the 4-minute cancer commentary, and I was like, I want to do this right. And so I got in touch with Aiden, and I was like, Kindale War. I was like, hey, do you want to do some voice work for me? I just want you to use your voice. I'll subscribe to your Patreon so I can get your assets, so I can do a bit with you, and I'll make the bit using your assets. So all I need is just your voice. And he was like, sure. What do you need me to read? And so I gave him a prompt. He sent over the audio, and I made a commentary on commentary. And I was like, okay, this can hopefully be my big break. I'll send it to him, and he'll hopefully tweet it out if he likes it, and then I can get a little attention and start my audience. And it kind of went way bigger than I ever thought it would.
Yeah, he just needs to drop it in the group chat.
Yeah, he dropped it in the group chat. So within an hour of that video being up, I had a comment that said, or new comment from Pyrocynical, and I was like, oh great, the Pyro clones have found me. And I click on it, and there's that tick, and I'm like, it's actually, what the hell?
We were on the group chat like, yeah, this is really good. And it also helped back then, because one thing I didn't realize, when I came into commentary, I already had 5k subs, but they were like completely dead. But I think like Jimmy had like 15. Yeah. So I didn't. So to me, I knew my subs were dead, but nobody else was really aware. They were just like, because a lot of people jumped into commentary from other genres. Even Jimmy was had like 2k subs gaming channel.
Yeah, he did.
So
for a while.
I saw these people was like, I always knew though when I joined, like when I first spoke to Elvis the Alien, which is Jimmy. I said to him when he had like 15k subs, I was like, yeah, you can be a million sub channel, and it's not even up for debate. Like, commentary is the new way forward, and if Leafy could get 5 million, then like, obviously the algorithm helps, but you will be rewarded for just good content in commentary. Yeah. Which is why people are like, oh, well, you have to do 10-minute videos. Like, you don't. You really don't. Like, I don't think any of Leafy's videos originally were 10 minutes long. No. When he blew up, like 6 minute, 5 minute commentaries.
He was doing 5 to 6 minutes, and like, he was just blowing up because of that. And like,
was he just original, or was he working the algorithm?
It's not original.
I mean, not original.
I mean,
but
he
like,
just revisited something that people could get on with.
Yeah, and it was something that people could listen to. They thought it was funny. He'd find a cringy video, and people were just like, "Oh my gosh!" This
he
is
was
ridiculous.
still kind of original for like the way he set it up.
He was original in the way that he brought back a genre that had been dead for 5 years.
Yeah, it was basically what Ray William Johnson used to do. Look at a video.
I mean, he did what like Syndicate used to do. It was just gameplay commentary.
Yeah.
But gameplay commentary was completely fucking dead.
No.
You have to do like funny moments videos to grow. And somehow this kid, he just fucking had a Blue Yeti microphone, revived it on the back of CSGO, which I think was
after
really
being
helped.
a Minecraft channel.
Yeah.
Doing Minecraft actions.
Yeah, and he just, I mean, obviously the style isn't necessarily original, but he is the original person to revive that entire genre.
Oh yeah.
And he should get credit for that.
Oh yeah.
He had 5 million, as much as his content was fucking abysmal, he got 5 million subs for a reason, and like I didn't have an issue with it when I watched it.
No,
because
I actually liked his content.
I missed the commentary stuff.
Yeah,
when I first found his, like, he was the first person I found in the community, because I didn't know who Pyrocynical was. I didn't know who any of these people were. I didn't grow up in the gaming MLG, like all that stuff community
see
at
Shrek
all.
has swag.
No,
Shrek
I
has
was
swag.
watching like vloggers, like the British vloggers, like Shane Dawson, like Crabsticks, and like all those different people, right? I didn't know of any of this genre. So I saw Leafy, and he was just, I liked his story time videos. Like those were, and later on, obviously, we figured they're super over exaggerated. But
As most are.
I
As
really
everybody's
enjoyed
YouTube videos
them.
are.
And that's how I found, I saw his videos on Keem, and then I found Keem, and then I found Clown, and then I joined Clown server, and here I am.
I think the order it went for me is like I hadn't been watching YouTube for a long time. Because actually, fun fact, I don't think either of you actually know this. This channel actually isn't my first foray into YouTube. I used to make YouTube videos like years and years ago. I made YouTube poops.
I came into commentary after a year off.
Yeah, no.
I literally detached myself from YouTube entirely for a whole year.
Yeah, I made YouTube poops, and actually it was kind of funny. I was like 14 or 15 at the time, and I was making them. I was just using like what was it? It was iMovie because I had a Mac at the time. I would just like edit stupid things together, and I made this one that was like on a kid. It was like I don't know if this is probably too old for most people to remember, but Christian YouTuber. Do you remember him? He was like this kid that was like, you guys need to stop calling me a
gay.
homo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What a throwback.
I made a YouTube poop about him. It got 15,000 views. Oh my god, I think that's my most viewed video ever.
It might be.
Oh my
My
god.
original, well, no, but my original most viewed video ever was Harry, my mate Harry, turned me dancing to Skrillex's Bangarang into MLG, and it got 20k views.
No, but I'm just like having a crisis right now because I don't think any of the videos on my channel have that.
No, your most popular ones on 14k. So you're close.
I'm close. But yeah, like, no, I made that video, though, and one of the comments, like, it was obviously some troll, but
Yeah.
I'm 14, I don't know. He was like, this is child bullying. This video has been forwarded to the FBI.
FBI.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get in trouble. My parents don't even know I make videos. So I deleted my channel.
Yeah.
Like, immediately. So you can't find this video anymore because I deleted it. I don't have access to the channel anymore. Like, it's all gone. But then I stopped doing YouTube.
I found
stopped
one
watching.
video.
I'm so scared.
I found one video left of me from 2011. That's as far back as I could go.
Mm-hmm.
And like nobody will ever know what it was. But it's like it's not even on my channel. It was. I've been doing YouTube for a year at this point already, and I just made a channel for my mate when I was around his house, and we just uploaded a 2-minute webcam vlog just to test if it worked, and it's still there.
Dang.
Still there. I'm like, what, fucking 11? Maybe, yeah, probably like 11. And it's still up there on YouTube somewhere. Because, like, all my original channels, I'm pretty sure were removed.
Was it like a
I just
MP4_54.movie? And that's just the
WMVs.
double MV.
No, I think my
WMVs,
first
yeah.
video was literally because you'd upload it directly to YouTube, and YouTube used to fill in with the file name,
Yep.
which it doesn't do anymore. And it used to fill in with a file name, and it was probably like myfirstvlog.wmv.
Yeah.
Or I remember if you upload it directly for YouTube, which you can't do anymore as well, unless
Yeah,
you
it
have
would
a phone
say,
app. It would be the date of the video.
yeah, just have the date.
I would just have the date in there, and it would say YouTube a video something. It would be webcam upload. You
Yeah,
say
webcam upload and then the date. on it.
Webcam
I remember
upload
those.
and the date, and if you didn't change it, that's what it was. So like if you search it, you can find some really, really original YouTube videos
Yeah.
of just kids or adults just like completely fucking around on YouTube.
They just didn't care about the metadata. You just upload something.
Which I remember the first video. Yeah, my first video I ever actually made for YouTube was me saying I was going to make more videos, which is pretty funny.
Relatable.
Mine
I was like, this channel's going to be a Let's Play channel because I made my channel trailer first, which made sense.
Mine was a Disney vlog. I went to Disney with my friend and I made a vlog. And I just, the worst editing. Like, I deleted
Did
it.
you do like the Windows
just-
Movie Maker? Like,
No. Like, I just, like,
The fade and
I
wipes.
like, had a really long shot of me just walking, so I just sped it up.
you know what's really strange? That like I just noticed this. Like now that I've been doing editing and everything, have you guys watched Star Wars recently?
Yeah,
Like
they
the
kept
original
Yeah,
ones?
yeah.
All of them are crossfades
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
wipes.
was watching the Attack of the Clones on purpose.
On
And,
purpose. It wasn't an accident.
but you know they put
guys.
they put like the new ones.
Yeah, they did bring that
which
back.
I thought was nice.
Yeah,
But
it was
I was
nice
like, it
little
only
detail.
works because it's Star Wars.
Exactly.
So if it
Like,
wasn't Star Wars, they
don't-
wouldn't be able to
don't
get
ever
away with
put a
this
wipe in a
fucking
video.
fade wipe or X transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do those transitions, and it's like this is the default Windows Movie Maker transition settings, like in a blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
It's so weird that I started noticing those things.
Well, if
because
you
it's just
do
like,
watch
those are
older
awful.
films and you do know how to edit, even to basic ability, like you can point out so many things. I used to love, like, I grew up watching Lord of the Rings, like behind the scenes and like all these different things because I fucking loved watching how they did like green screening and CGIs and like all that stuff. And when you know how they do it, you're like, wait, that's not that difficult. And then you learn in life, like I've learned in the past 3 years, like anything you learn is not that difficult. The only hard thing in life is learning how to do things and then just like
It's dedicating the
actually
time.
doing it. Yeah, dedicating time to it. Because in reality, like nothing in life is difficult.
I feel like the main thing with that is that, which is why currently as like 18-year-old YouTuber, I'm like, I want to be able to find something that I'm really good at or learn or practice something, because especially with the luxury of being a full-time video maker, I have all that time on my hands to be able to do that. Whereas if I was going to uni this year, technically I would be going for video production, so I would be, but I'd have to have a specific type of video production. You lose that freedom, which is why when I see a lot of, like, as soon as you become like an adult, like you don't really have the time to be able to learn that thing. It's going to take 5 times as long as it would have if you were 18.
Well, I'm thinking, Alex, maybe you should try to learn to be good at videos.
Yeah, I probably should. It's not really going too
Like,
well
that'd
for
be
me
a
at the
good
moment.
focus, right?
Yeah. Well, you should channel slacking at the moment. That channel.
I had to. That was
Yeah,
just
I mean,
really
it's
big.
perfect, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. Even there, like, I'd say the learning curve I made on those videos recently, when I fully spend like a day previous to uploading working on it, I look at it and I go, I don't know what I could add.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've used all the editing effects, so I feel like they deserve to go.
Mm-hmm.
I know everything that I want to know now to make the videos that I'm making to be the YouTube that I want to be. I'm pretty happy with what I've got going. The main thing is like I just need to give myself my time to be able to actually like thoroughly achieve that. Because sometimes obviously I'll be doing something the previous day, I'll be like, oh, today's upload day, I'll whack a video out in like 5 hours. But it's one of those things where I would say my only issue currently for my content creation is giving myself the extra 3-4 hours to rewatch it. Actually, this isn't quite perfect. But even so, like, that's very picky stuff.
Yeah, no, and that's something that'll cripple you.
Yeah.
That's something. I mean, I've
That's why I don't give
scrapped
myself a
plenty
week.
of videos.
Because you can
of that.
always rewatch a video and be like,
It's
I
really just
and then you
learning
just
not
delete it.
to do that, because you're your own biggest critic, and not being able to just let something be and let it be out and be like, you know what, the next one will be better.
Yeah.
I know what I did wrong in this one. I'm gonna just improve the next one.
I just
But-
close my eyes and upload.
Well, this is the thing with me. I mean, obviously, I know like what I always do is I'll re-watch the video that I made and upload on that day about 10 times after it's gone up. I'll re-watch it like 10 times and be like, if I'd have actually rewatched it 10 times previously, I could have done this, could have done that. I missed out this, missed out on that. But I think the weird thing for me is like normally after the videos went for like 1 or 2 days, depending on how much I enjoyed making it, I just never touch it again.
Yeah.
Bad bandwagons especially, because every time I watch one of those back, because I spent so much time thinking about it, when I watch them back and I see something I don't like, it makes it impossible to watch it again.
Yeah.
It's also like the first video when you open up your channel.
Oh, I removed it now.
Oh, okay.
I removed the Rick and Morty one from my channel trailer because every time it turned on, it would
What
do
the hell is
what the hell is this? Morty. and every time I heard it, I was like, fuck it, I'm so fed up with this video that I changed it to my one with Will and E. But even at the same time, I preferred the reaction video to YouTube Rewind that I did with Will to any other video on my channel.
I like collab. Honestly, like I grew up like just picking out collab videos with people because I fucking love watching. Like Tyler Oakley's Our Guest, like he would go and pile up collab videos and then just go on a full month of collabs, and I fucking loved that. Like even though it's Tyler Oakley, like I fucking loved watching people. I loved watching people collab, and they always did this smart thing, and it was a very good tactic of they would make a video on one person's channel and another person's channel. So like you would go to their channel and and then you'd subscribe because you're like, heck, this guy's pretty funny.
You
like,
couldn't
let
do
me
that
just-
with commentary because everybody still up themselves. They just
Yeah.
refuse to do it.
It's true.
They refuse to work together.
It's pretty
Like, I'm a
awful.
commentary YouTuber, but like, the more and more time goes on,
Straight
I'm not a
further from
commentary
God.
YouTuber. Like, I don't look at YouTube in the same way as any of these people look at it. I don't feel the same way as I do. Like, I just, the more and more I look at it, I just feel like these people are just really angry all the time.
I think one of my favorite types of video to make is the collaboration. Like, I like having people feature in my videos because it's just fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's why we like doing this. Like, I would love to get more guests on here because
yeah.
it's
I think
just
that's
so
just
much
a lot
fun.
that I realised that I've met more people than anybody in the entire community combined.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, commentary people don't really fucking have friends.
Yeah, they don't
No,
really
it's true.
socialize that much.
And you kind of get yourself closed off if you're known for being a hateful bitch. Like,
Yeah, which is one of the issues that a lot of these people have. I mean, yeah, it's just, there's a lot. I feel like if you're doing YouTube and you're missing out on the whole thing that made the
Look,
website what it was for 10 fucking years,
Yeah.
why'd you bother?
exactly.
I also like notice like a lot of these newer people who are a bit younger, they don't even know what old YouTube was like, and that's the
They're
sad
so
thing.
uncultured.
It's so sad. I mean, it's not
Uncultured pigs.
their fault sometimes because like maybe they weren't old enough or something or didn't have like the
The
interest
internet.
the internet, but like I don't know, I just like I remember growing up the beginning days of YouTube till now. It's like knowing that history. I mean, even I think that's one point I agreed with Keemstar because he talked about that on his podcast, and he said that it's so important to know the history of YouTube and to like improve upon
I
things.
understand why he hates a lot of the new YouTubers, because a lot of them just like totally disrespect the platform and what it was, or the people who made it. There are certain YouTubers who could do something pretty bad. I mean, well, I think the biggest one, Philip DeFranco. A lot of people said his Patreon was a scam, and I was like, if you fucking knew who this guy was, you would not ever say that. Like,
yeah.
I was like, this guy deserves the utmost fucking respect. And it's not, and like he paved the fucking platform for your fucking bitchy ass. Like, this is a guy who literally created and went beyond more than you ever will. And like, you just want a video for today, so you
He's
just
built
spit it out.
so many companies. He is
So many channels, so many
and
careers.
he's still a fantastic YouTuber. He hasn't
Oh,
He
lost
helped
that.
build
Fantastic.
Steven
Yeah.
He's
Suptic.
so good.
Steven
Fantastic.
Suptic, Joe Beretta, Lee Newton, Elliot Morgan, the entire SourceFed crew.
Yep.
Like, the guy is responsible for some of the greatest minds on the platform. And a lot of people disrespect him. Or PewDiePie, who just makes 10-minute videos. That's all he does now. It's like, that man is like paved the way for so much content on YouTube. Even if you think it's awful, like, he's just fucking trendsetter, and it's just genius.
Oh, yeah.
And people should have respect for that.
And he's like just the most ironic person now. He is like it's kind of comforting knowing the biggest channel on YouTube's a commentary channel.
It's not just that, it's comforting knowing the biggest channel on YouTube is a YouTuber.
Yeah,
Because he is a YouTuber.
Yeah,
and you can
he-
tell that
he
with the
had
videos
all
he's
that-
making.
He had all that corporate stuff that was happening to him, but like he's gone back to like his roots now.
He's on purposely reverted away from all the Disney bollocks and
Exactly.
stuff. Which I don't feel like that makes you not a YouTuber anymore. But the fact that he was so conscious enough to still be like, no, I prefer to just be me in my bedroom making a YouTube video is cool. Because even with my set, sometimes I think like, do I want to keep a set forever? Because maybe one day I'll prefer to just go back to the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's very odd for me. Like, that's
You
the
wanna
one thing
join
that
me
I
in the bedroom, Alex.
yeah, leave it out.
Okay.
I think one thing that I miss personally from my channel, which was the hardest thing to come over, which is one of the reasons why I struggled so much, was making videos after leaving my original house, because it was just the place where I made videos.
Nope.
And when I moved into my house, it just wasn't the same, and the videos didn't feel the same.
Yep.
Purely because of the set change. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't a set, but to me, like, that was an I'm Alex video.
Yep.
And that's what, and I feel like that's why I feel like recently I've really found myself again. And you can tell my social blade. You're like, when I film myself, and then it goes, when I don't film myself consistently for an entire 12 months, when I film myself again fucking 60k sub month. Like
It's like that line is you.
It is. It generally, that's why I say an actual YouTuber basically lives through their social blade, which is also why a lot of YouTubers are depressed.
SB.
SB, yeah.
I just thought of something. Like, I feel like any industry gets corrupted at one point, because like if you think about it, like journalism, right? Now we have all these like BuzzFeed or like articles that say top 10 things of this, and it has no substance. Whereas back in the day, journalism used to be such a pride thing, and there was like newspapers of real like breaking news. Same thing with news, like in TV sense, like CNN, Fox, like all those things. In the movie industry, like after a certain point, certain things slowly get corrupted, but you can always find like the good ones.
Anybody who says that the entirety of YouTube right now is shit doesn't spend their time looking for good YouTubers.
There are so many good YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
Like fucking
the
Olin
platform-
Rogers.
This is the best time
Olin
ever
Rogers is
for
pretty
you.
great.
This is the best time ever for YouTubers. Yeah, Logan and Jake may be the fastest growing channels. But like Ray William Johnson used to be the fastest growing channel. So it's
Yeah,
always been
nothing's
that way.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing's changed. It's always been the same.
You can
Find the
still
people you like.
find your ground in any industry. You just have to, just because someone is bigger and better, like MySpace used to be the thing. Fucking Facebook just plowed right through them. You can do anything. You
It
just
does
have to
the
set
same
your
thing
mind
as
through
well.
it.
I guess
I mean-
what we're trying to say is we're going to be the next Jake Paul.
Yeah, we're the next Jake Paulers. I feel like that should be that's it for this podcast.
Yeah.
I've been recording for an hour, so if you want to go check out Anthony, he'll be uploading more stuff soon. He will be linked below.
Thank you to all our Patreon supporting
Yeah, thank you
us.
to all our Patreon supporters. We don't exactly know who you are yet, but we appreciate it. Thank you for going out of your way to support the channel. If you also want to follow it on SoundCloud and iTunes, you can in the description below, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, people,
Bye.
and have a good day.